You want me to come forward? Is that what she's
You
doing?
can stay there, you're fine.
No, I just saw her pointing something at me.
Oh, there's a video camera right above you.
Oh, okay. I thought she was doing it to me. I thought she heard about my my robot knees, so she thought I was working off a clicker.
That would be amazing.
Well, it is 6:05. I will now call to order the March 27th, 2017 meeting of the East Hampton Conservation Commission. The meeting is being recorded. Are there any public concerns, non-agenda items?
Yeah, I
think
guess.
This would be a good time to talk about Mr. Edward Gall. The commission received an inquiry, is that fair to say?
Yes, if you want me to come forward, I can.
Sure, you're welcome to join us up at the table.
Can I get my, what I want to do there, or what?
Sure.
Well, what happened was, in 1950, Mr. Moore planted 5 pine trees, and now they're about 75 feet high. And in November, the microburst came through and took out 2 of them, the tops of them, and they landed in the pond or swamp or whatever. And I'm not interested in those, but the last one hit my back stairs. Actually, I couldn't get out my back door. I had to haul it away. And all I want to do now is rake my lawn and take down the 2 trees that are remaining, because I forget his name. He was there and he saw them swaying in the wind, and he left in a hurry because.
Make sure my car was far enough away.
Yeah, but no, actually, they would kill somebody. The one that came down and actually hit the building, and what I want to do is just take the 2 down. I'll be just working off my lawn. I won't be going near the wetland. I have somebody with a crane that's gonna be, you know, taking them down, because they're a little bit more than I can handle.
So, what we need for you to do, and if folks, I can't remember the time frame and who was on the commission a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Jay, myself, Dan,
I think I saw it
Ashley, maybe.
on South Street.
No.
Loudville Road.
Loudville Road, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mr.
I live in
Gall,
the trailer, one of the last trailers.
Mr. Edward Gall lives
And,
on.
you know, I'm a trailer trash, and I hang my clothes on a barbed wire fence.
Well,
I live
that's
the
not our
part.
jurisdiction.
I live the
So Mr. Gall lives at 67 Loudville Road, and there is a jurisdictional wetland on his property. BVW, pond, stream, small area behind his residence.
Yes.
And so this would be work, it sounds like in the buffer zone, and so we would need Mr. Gall to file a request for determination of applicability.
Ooh, Jesus.
I'll write it down.
So. Do you have a form or something?
There's a
Yes.
form.
Oh, okay. Jesus. I'll probably need a lawyer to fill that out. You guys can't just fill it out and let me sign it?
Nope, that's not how it works.
I told you my troubles.
You did, and you just need to fill out the
I
form.
mean, Mother Nature did it. It's not like I'm in there with equipment or, you know, doing.
No, but the area within 100 feet, it has to go through some process with us.
Sure.
So I'm giving you, do you know our city planner?
Yes, I think there was a time when I
Jessica.
saw her more than my wife, but that's since passed.
Okay, well, here, so this is what you need to file, request for determination of applicability. It's called WPA Form 1, Wetlands Protection Act Form 1.
Mhm.
And I'm suggesting that you call Jessica Allen, and that's her office, and she can tell you,
Okay,
Who, the
but
why,
I have
the
to
when, the
do
when,
it.
the where.
She has the form or?
she could, yes, she has copies of the form in her office, unless you wanna print it off DEP's website. Okay,
But I don't have a
so-
wristwatch, I don't have a cell phone,
Okay,
I don't
I
have a
I don't wanna be
computer.
presumptive,
I don't have a
Um,
credit card.
smart man.
Are there copies out in the hall?
I don't know, do you wanna go check? Well, hold on one moment, Jessica's gonna go see if they're in the hallway. There might have been at one point, but anymore. And then what you need to do with it is you need to submit, you're gonna have to go to the copy shop, I imagine. You're gonna have to give us 2 copies.
Mhm.
You have to send 1 copy to DEP in Springfield. They just get a copy, that's just the way the process works.
Mhm.
Jess Allen can give you a set of the instructions from the city's website.
No, there's two of the trees landed in the so-called pond.
Yep,
I just wanna leave them there.
just leave them,
I don't wanna even go near them,
Just leave 'em.
honest.
good
But
habitat.
I just feel bad for the ducks, because now
Well, they'll have a roof,
the raccoons can run out there and kill them.
like you said, Mother Nature.
I know it.
So she'll just be a second, she's checking the boxes outside
Mhm.
the planning department. And then Jessica can also give you our schedule,
Mhm.
because you're gonna have to get on an agenda. We have meetings, no? Okay, so you'll have to call Jess.
No,
She
it's
can
kind of
walk you
an
through it.
emergency, I wanted to take those trees down and, but I think the March winds are gone, so.
So it'll settle.
And I wanted to do it while the snow and the frost was still there,
Mhm.
but now I can see that it's gonna be a fall project.
Okay,
I
well,
would, I
this
would
is-
rather wait for it to dry in
Mhm.
summer.
well, this, whatever we determine is valid for 3 years, so
Mhm.
I would recommend you come in sooner than later, but that's
Yeah, I will
up to
come in
when
as
you
soon
have
as I
time.
can, because those two trees really,
Make you
they're
nervous?
leaning toward, and it really is a health hazard.
Okay.
I think we can verify that.
Ready?
They're ready to come down any day. If we get a wind, I could lose them.
If the tree warden says it's an emergency, we could issue an emergency order, but the tree warden would be the expert there, so that's another
Well, if
potential.
you, could you make an emergency?
We don't declare it,
You don't?
another public official has to.
Oh, okay, no, because it is kind of an emergency. If we got a wind,
I understand.
you see, now they're compromised because the three of them are missing, they all kind of hung together. And now that they're not,
I guess you
Okay,
should
so-
contract the tree warden and see if that.
Yeah, you could do that.
could
Do we
help.
have their phone number?
No, I don't know that one.
So
He works
Jessica-
for Parks and Rec,
Oh,
I think he's under John Mason.
but Jessica Allen could give you the tree warden's contact info?
Probably,
would it be worth it for me to get him to go out? And
Yeah, we could.
It certainly
Yeah.
wouldn't hurt, it would not hurt at all.
No, because he, kind of a friend of mine, maybe he would come out. Well, I'm sorry, I hate the guy.
Let's just leave it at
But I
that.
don't want to make it easy for me.
No, why would we do that?
Okay, good enough, and so that's
Okay.
it. I'll stop in and get the form and I'll, okay, thank you.
All
You're
right,
welcome,
thanks.
have a good night,
Yes.
thank you for coming in.
Yep.
Okay, are there any other public concerns, non-agenda items from the very empty room? So, moving on, we have no public hearings or meetings. We have no requests for certificates of compliance, though I will note that both the city planner and conservation email received an inquiry regarding a certificate of compliance for 18 Clark Lane, which is off Oliver. And apparently there's a property transfer that is happening or will soon happen or has happened, and they would like a certificate of compliance. The order of conditions was issued in 2002, and it very clearly states that there's a special condition attached that dictates the documentation that has to be provided, such as an as-built. So, the attorney for this, who contacted the commission, has been advised of this, and we'll see what we get, if we get when we get.
What's the file number on that?
151213. So they were, condition 27 requires a letter from the applicant requesting a certificate of compliance, a written statement from a registered PE, certifying the work has been done as shown on the plans that were approved, and an as-built plan prepared by a registered PE or land surveyor. Yep. They did include language in their deed that the property was subject to an order of conditions, et cetera, et cetera.
Is it the seller who's required to do that?
Which part?
provide all of that, because they're the ones who originally issued the
The
NOI.
order of conditions transfers with the property, so it's whoever owns the property owns the order. So theoretically, it should have been closed out when the work was complete. It wasn't, so
Yeah.
now it's kind of muddying the title. So, with that said, who knows if and when we'll see that. At the present time, we have no emergency certifications, enforcement actions, A, B, and C, various Bernard Gall properties, no updates. D, Autumn Properties,
We saw a resume, right, from.
right,
someone.
LLC. So that is, we received the resume of Casey Collins, who is the wetlands professional nominated to oversee the delineation of resource area boundaries, rear 161 to 165 Northampton Street, to keep things level here. Would anyone care to make a motion to approve the nomination of Casey Collins as the wetlands professional relative to the Autumn Properties rear 161, 165 Northampton Street enforcement order?
I move to approve her nomination as the wetlands scientist.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Saying I'm not?
Yeah, she's
Okay. That's what I did, I thought she.
She's good. She has other personality. Okay, so I will inform Mr. Boyle that we approved the nomination of Casey Collins. And we're still waiting on survey, which should be able to get out there sooner than later to actually survey the delineation that she did and provide a site plan. Open space updates, CPA application for Orchard area updates from the March 15th CPA meeting. Commissioner Harwood, you presented.
It seemed to go well.
It
People
went
were
very
really
well,
into
yes.
it.
So I think we're gonna vote at the next meeting, which is ahead of the normal timeline that we select, which is 4 voting periods a year. But I think we're voting at the next meeting, so.
What date was that?
that was
April
20th.
20th at 6:30. And I won't be able to attend, so
Okay.
if somebody else could come and go represent us, that'd be great.
What day of the week is that?
Thursday.
Thursday, 6:30.
Any volunteers?
I can-
I moved to someone else.
I could email Julie and see if she's available.
Okay. We also, our next meeting is April 10th, so we can figure it out at our next
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay. I won't be there though, so
But you won't be there, but we'll let.
I'll just give her a heads up so she can check
That
her
would be-
calendar, since nobody else even took their calendar out.
Just saying. Just everybody else took a step back.
It was really easy.
Well, I
Everyone
don't
was
think there's
nice.
gonna
They
be
chatted
much
about
conversation, but it's good to have somebody there, that's all.
Was there anything of note from discussion?
No, I think everything went very well. It was a nice presentation, and very smooth.
What's the day of the second meeting?
April 20th.
Thursday, April 20th.
At 6:30. Yeah, the fact that it was not that much money and that we had filled out a full
And
application.
we had some
and
matching
stuff.
funds, so that is always
Helps.
CPA committee likes to see people putting money up to projects. And it's a city project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it seems like if it does get approved, then we can, our next step would be the invasive species plan and that sort of thing.
Excellent.
They just have to go in front of city council, and that takes time to do that, so.
Is that a formality or would they be?
No, it has to, the CPA votes first, and then it has to go
everywhere.
city council approval.
What is with that?
So, it takes a couple months usually.
Ready to move on to compliance updates?
Sure.
Paul Street Extension, Jillian Estates. No update.
Didn't we get an update the other day?
Did we?
That's, we got an update on something.
We got
Last
Logan.
week. We got,
Maybe late last week, maybe?
maybe late last week.
I apologize, I'll double check. Pleasant Street Mills,
Nothing happened,
Nashwanik Mills, 15 Cottage Street,
nothing happened.
nothing.
That's all right.
Connecticut River Oxbow, no response from state. David Boyle, A to Z, 184 Northampton Street. Not really anything
They
since
were there
before the
last
storm.
week and then the storm happened, I haven't seen
Yeah.
activity.
Okay. Lathrop, no updates. Williston, has anyone gone running lately?
Was there fire located last week?
No, I have to ask Jess about that.
It's gotta be somewhere, 'cause we've looked everywhere it could possibly be.
Okay, I'll ask her about that. National Pond Aquatic Veg Management, no updates. Loven, there's an update for, on March 24th.
Maybe that's the one I'm
I
thinking
think I
I
saw
don't
that
know,
on
and
Facebook.
there could have been one last week.
Well, so there was no work the week prior to that because of the snow.
of.
And then last week, spread 3/4 to 1.5 inch angular stone over driveway from O'Neill Street, current end of the fill material, delivered equipment to start shipping cut trees and brush, wood chips were removed from the site, silt fence, fiberlog barriers in place, no signs of erosion. O'Neill Street's clean. And the photos are showing intact barriers and work within the limits.
So they replaced it, wasn't there? I know, that's what I asked.
Yeah.
Have you been out there?
No, I did not go down, because I've been by it, but I haven't gone down to it.
I'm like, let's get all of this done, she doesn't have to come to the
That's
office.
all you're saying.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Anyone else comment?
Sure.
Yep, that's all I have.
Just keep these two together.
On the agenda, that's all I can put in an extra. I have 2 of them. I just put 7. Jack signed, you can pick it.
Oh, my goodness.
I haven't only wanted to even, but still.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so that's moving. Cumberland Farms, no updates.
When are they supposed to start work?
We have to receive notice.
When Jackie
General business meeting minutes, March 13th, 2017.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from March 13th.
I second motion.
All those in favor?
I,
So moved.
Very short.
That was a very short meeting.
Beat the record today.
Also, just to, on, we received an email on March 16th from Mark Stinson at DEP Western Region. Subject snow dumping complaint, he also sent it to the DPW. Mass DEP received an anonymous voice complaint that East Hampton DPW was seen dumping snow on Ashwaubenon Pond. Complainant did not state where exactly. If the DPW can please investigate this and respond, I would appreciate it.
Like a mail?
Patricia Cotton, the office manager for the DPW, went out shortly after this email, very shortly after this email was sent, just because they didn't wanna leave it hanging until the next week, since there's no office hours Fridays. Did a drive around the city, did not dump snow into the pond or any other body of water. I just took a drive around the pond and saw no evidence of any dumping by anyone. There's a good layer of ice, so I think it would be easy to spot. We hauled snow today, but the snow was put on Lincoln Street, blacktop parking lot owned by city, and Flaherty parking lot on Ferry Street. If someone has more specifics, that'd be helpful. DPW is not working anywhere near Ashwaubenon Pond. Mr. Stinson did not have any more specific information. They're not plowing the cemetery roads, they're not plowing the town beach boat access, so there's really no point. So not really sure if, what the source of the information was.
Could have been shoveling the boardwalk.
Did they shovel before?
Could have been
That's the only thing I could
the
think of.
other pond,
Take a plow.
the lower pond?
Yeah.
It might have been that they were stockpiling in the parking lot.
Oh, no. by Millside Park.
Yeah.
Hey,
Where's Lincoln Street?
no.
Where's Lincoln Street? Anyone? Google. Okay, Google. Google address.
And
Just trying to see if it's one of the ones labeled there. Mary, do you know where Lincoln Street is?
I was gonna check Google Maps.
Yeah, that's exactly
I'm
what
actually here for Board of Health, but I thought I'd stop in and see if anything.
Thanks. You picked the most boring night to show up.
Oh, yeah, I figured
Sorry.
as much. I'm like, oh, I'm here early. Oh, but CONSCOM's meeting. Three calls in the room. Oh, right.
Oh, Eagle.
Oh, Agal, right.
Yeah.
That's not, that wasn't Bernie, that was his brother.
That's Edward.
Oh. They look the same, sort of. Bernie's skinny though.
Oh, here, thank you.
So Lincoln Street is on the east side of Lower Mill Pond.
Oh, so it could be that it was close to that.
She was
It could be that, but even so, with ice on the ponds, you'd think that would. Go ahead.
remember when somebody said there was a landscaper company taking water out of the pond? Could that have been the same access point, except it's much easier to stick a hose in and pull water out
Well,
than
there's a
to.
ramp.
There's a paid boat ramp to Lower Mill Pond, that's why. And we put an end to the
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
withdrawal,
Yeah.
so,
That's the ramp that's right behind, like, right next to Millside
right next to the
Park.
duck
Well,
pond,
I did see something about
So,
that, and then I
um,
guess there was something on the news tonight.
so without any actual evidence of dumping stone in pond, which is
As veterinarians.
prohibited, there's nothing we can do, just conveying the correspondence to the future of us. And then I'll check on that, so I can grab it. Ooh, that's wildlife.
Well, we thought Bob really dog.
Ooh, timely.
What's that?
Draft priority habitat for public comment beginning on April 3rd, 2017 at Mass Wildlife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would love to.
Is this about the rattlesnakes?
Yeah, shh.
No,
We're not supposed to talk about
This is 14th edition of the Atlas. This is the.
Yeah, well,
that
you know,
hasn't been
it's-
updated since '08.
Yeah, well, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some kind of connection.
The fact that they haven't changed it.
Yeah, now all of a sudden we're changing it.
Yeah, sure. Here's the Concom one. I'll put the other two. There's one for the building inspector and one for the planning board. They just sent them all in the same envelope. Yeah, go ahead. But you can see one of the other ones. They're identical.
You already saw the things.
I love the new map. The new map.
So there's
TV
a,
reporter.
it's a printed document. And it's called the, I don't even know what they call it. I haven't looked at reference it in so long. Other than GIS online, but it used to be the only thing. And it was basically like quads, like across the state, and it showed estimated and priority habitat. And
Is it by individual species or
no, it's, they don't tell you what's there,
just
just
that
after.
there's something there?
Right,
The map shows that.
Right, and then, because some people are less than scrupulous about things, and they would either try to collect or harm, harass. So, yeah, I mean, it varies widely. You can get a list of like what's present in each, what's been documented in each town, but it doesn't tell you where in each town. So if you were to go to East Hampton, then you could go to the East Hampton list, you'd be like, oh, it's one of these 17 things, or however many it is. And it covers everything from plants to vertebrates to invertebrates.
So should we do something? Should we take a look?
Go check a look, but it's exciting.
There's nothing,
Yes.
I mean, this must be statewide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is nothing specific about.
No, they're just notifying us, but so
they probably
basically
set
it's
up
this map
355
and potential changes there too.
Yep.
So any new certified vernal pools would show up, any new potential vernal pools that have identified through aerial mapping would show up.
So we should just look at it online.
Yeah. I can scan.
Yeah, I opened it here. I didn't,
And
I didn't
then-
open in the office, I'm standing here getting ready.
She was
Because I was talking and not paying attention. No, I wasn't. No, I'm not. I don't look for my presence.
Seems not, seems.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, this is not in jurisdiction. 2 East Street is down by Route 5. That doesn't fall within Riverfront or anything.
Is that a building,
It is a special permit application for tow yard at 2 East Street.
It's not right close to the road though.
Yeah.
They're identifying it on the south side of East Street. So East Street comes into Route 5, so it's, oh, it's Virginia. Wilder Ave. There's a little side street there. Can you pull it up on your, where's your?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's nothing on the agenda, I didn't bring it.
Your eye.
Do you go somewhere without it?
Built in.
It's
really
It's an
huge.
extension of your arm.
Right.
What kind of yard did they call it? What?
Tow, T-O-W, like a towing company.
Dan wrote a toe, like your big toe.
Really?
I don't know, like a toe of a slope in the
Yes.
yard.
So it is,
Never know. If there's 2 things that it could be, I usually pick the wrong one, in general.
It was funny to see it like that.
okay, here goes. Plans for property at 2 East Street. Property to be used as a towing office with storage area. Erect a 40 by 40 foot fence along Wilder Ave side of property for storage of 10 vehicles maximum. Vehicles will not be visible from the street. Property will be cleaned and landscaping will be appealing to passing motorists. Well, yeah.
Was it old red shop or sports store or
I
whatever?
didn't.
Place
I'm
for
not
mail
opening.
You did.
Well,
And it's, Red's Towing out of West Springfield. So,
I was so excited for this.
so I'm just gonna go to there on my
She
thing
told me.
quickly.
What a fun way to
An hour, 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're on record. And we started later last
Sorry.
night. What time did we start today? Was it 6:04? 6:05? Yeah, it's we're going way longer than last year.
Sorry. Yeah, this is,
Kind of close.
this is well over 200 feet from a river, and there are no wetlands in that area. So I'm just gonna. Thank you. I'm just gonna say. Area not subject to wetlands protection.
So, I get a nephew that's like 7 months old now, and he looks exactly like Mark Reed. It's like, I keep waiting for Mark to come to a meeting. Mark, when you come to a meeting, I want to show you a picture. It's cute.
Okay, before we do that, is there anything else to discuss? Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor? Aye. So moved.